Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back, Spencer's Crypto Vibe. So, okay, in light of the FTX debacle, and Sam Bankman-Fried and all that stuff, they had heavy Solana exposure, and ever since then, Solana has been getting a lot of FUD. Perhaps rightfully so, perhaps not so. So I saw this post, this guy Bill King. So he wrote a post investigating some of the actual data, on-chain data, Solana, and how it's being taken outside of the FUD. What do the actual numbers represent in Solana? Because I'm invested in this. I have a lot of my portfolio is in Solana, holding the token and via NFTs. So I'm pretty solid that Solana is going to be around, but it's worth looking at it, and I'd like to know what you think about it. I'd like to know if you think Solana is gone, or if you don't have it, or you think they're here to stay, or will be back. Perhaps even you don't know and you're just open to look at it. So that's what I want to do. I want to provide you a chance to look at it. So we're going to look through his post. This isn't my work. This isn't my research, but it's my research, and that I found this and I'm bringing it to you so that you can make a more sound decision. Because Solana was like, top 5 crypto, and they could be going down if they don't pull themselves back. So let's look at this post that Bill King said. He said, everyone's been fudding Solana to death, so I decided to drop 15 cold hard facts about Sol that you should know. Let's correct the narrative with data, shall we? So let's see what he thinks. So here, daily transactions. I'm not going to read every word of this whole post. I'm going to blow through it pretty quick. So daily transactions on top chains. Solana is the green, 19.9 million. Everything else, look at this, 3.2 Polygon, even Ethereum's under a million. All of these added together don't total Solana. Solana has the most transactions as of the 24th of November. That's impressive. Now, the transactions could be selling, and they don't necessarily be buying, but they are the most active right now. Daily active addresses versus top L1s. Let's look at this picture bigger. Daily active addresses. Solana 341K. Barely, like Polygon has surpassed it, and Polygon is an animal right now. They are a beast, and they're probably going to be huge this next run. They had a nice run anyway, but this time is probably, whenever it comes back, it's going to be awesome. Polygon is balling. Partnerships everywhere. But Ethereum, a little bit of space there, a little bit of space. Most people still got Ethereum addresses, but Solana's good. They're above near Avalanche, Aptos, and they're pretty close to Polygon. Okay, so there's a lot of people still involved in it. What you say down here? Price has dropped a bit since its peak, but it's holding well versus other L1s. That's neither here nor there. Transactions recovering. TPS on fire due to network upgrade, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the Sol progression. The main thing that sticks out here to me is new NFT sold. This column here is just chasing ETH, which is kind of good. It's going to be chasing ETH for a while, but it is actually chasing it. It's not a firm second place like far away. The buyers, the new NFT buyers, they're holding, and it's still the Nakamoto coefficient is still a top 3 token. In dApps, it's amazing. There's a lot of dApps being built, and you'll see that further down with how many devs are developing on it and what they're creating. So the Solana TVL's total value lock. Solana's 283.2, the green line. Okay, that's underneath Avalanche, Polygon, and Ethereum. Makes sense because it's sort of dumping right now, and there's a lot of vesting tokens that are about to open up and probably drop it further. So that makes sense. That's not a good sign. Still good to see it because this isn't a pump SOL up, but it's a let's see what we actually have. Solana decentralization. One of the most common misconceptions I hear over and over. Solana's second most decentralized proof of stake chain behind Ethereum, and that's known as the Nakamoto coefficient. It describes So for the top layer ones, Ethereum is the top and Solana is second, and it's followed closely by AVAX, and then it drops down a little bit for Avalanche, Polkadot, and then it continues down. So, wait, this is confusing. One of the most common misconceptions I hear is that Solana is the second most decentralized proof of stake chain behind ETH. And why is that a misconception if that's true? Am I misreading this? Anyway, that's what it says, but it still shows Solana is the second most decentralized. I don't know. I don't know about that, because if it's so decentralized, why does it go down so many times whenever something goes on? They just shut the machine off. Now, I did hear that they shut the machines off on Solana, basically because of the FTX position is so big. They own like 13% of all the Solana, or something like that, and that's going to be. So I was told when they make big withdrawals, I read somewhere that when they make the big withdrawals, FTX makes their big withdrawals. If someone starts to get out of their position to try to salvage some money to save their company, that's what caused the machines to stop and make them turn off the network for a minute and fix that. Who knows? But that's could be good, could be weird. That's a weird chart to show, to be able to say that it's a misconception that they're second most centralized, and it actually shows they are behind Ethereum. Solana dev growth, absolutely on fire. Second most devs behind Ethereum. Let's look at it. Solana has the most developers among L1 blockchains after Ethereum, and they are, Solana's in the red, 27. Okay, so they're like a third of ETH's developers, but way more than Polygon, Avalanche, and Clayton. And their actual growth coming from 7151 December 21 is up 761%. People are developing on Solana still, and that's an awesome sign for it. Big plus. Solana daily code commits, 3750 commits. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, because your code commits don't necessarily have to be big changes, so that doesn't matter too much to me. For context, ETH has only 682 commits, whereas Solana has 3750. See, over the same period, yeah. Oh, he says it. You can't put too much into this. Not all commits are equal, but it's good context. So yeah, right. That doesn't matter. It matters what they're committing and not how many commits they actually did. How do you feel about Sol after recent events? One word: bullish. And let's see, how do you feel about Solana? I'm not fucking leaving. 54%, 50.5% aren't leaving, and all the way down to 3%, which are going to switch chain. So the devs aren't going anywhere. Is this the devs or the investors? The devs. How do the devs feel? Yeah, so they're not going. Now, when you're developing on Solana, you can still develop on other platforms as well, but at least, and I think this chart shows the movement. Like, some may be going to other charts, some not so much, some little, and then some are gone. But the most aren't going anywhere. What are the Solana devs building? They're sticking with Solana but poking around. They're only on Solana. 66.4% are only on Solana. 28% are moving to Ethereum or doing other stuff on Ethereum. Sui, Aptos, Cosmos, Binance Smart Chain, and all these other guys. So this is heavily in favor of nobody else is working on anything else but Solana. That's a good sign. Solana developers, MPS, okay, that's the same thing. Solana consumers, MPS, FTX exposure. Oh, this is good. So FTX heavily invested in the ecosystem, but many did not have direct exposure to FTX. I guess FTX is Solana through FTX. 72.1% had no exposure. That's a pretty good sign for the fact that FTX may not hit Solana's price. FTX's collapse may not hit Solana's price as much as possible, but we still do have those vesting tokens about to drop on the market, which are going to do some work to it, to the price, and I mean in a negative way. So Solana NFTs, NFT sales on Solana continue to grow, and that's true. So 9 million in sales, 2.3 million in sales for Solana. Immutable X, I got some Immutable X. and 530,000. Okay, I didn't even know they had that much going on. But yeah, so okay, Solana's in a cool second place, and I thought they were. So that actually verifies what I thought. Okay, so all of this work that Bill King did actually came from Invest Answers, which is this guy here. I used to watch his channel a lot. So now I don't know what to do, because where he is a good investor, apparently, and he says a lot of good things that I trust, even though I don't know, because I'm not a stock market guy. I've never been a stock market guy. I got into all of the trading with crypto. So when I listen to his podcast at work, I just plug it in and listen to it. He's a smart dude. He knows how to invest. He has a lot of money to play with. But sometimes when I listen to him, and I'm not comparing my knowledge to his in crypto or anything financial, but I feel like he's a homer. Like he gets into something early and after a lot of research, but then when something happens, he's stuck with a big position. Like he has a big position in Solana, and he talks about it all the time. And now he's trying to find ways to justify staying in it or pumping his bags back up so he's not in the negative. So knowing that it's his work now, Invest Answers work, now I'm wondering, are these charts partial? Now, they're not wrong. Charts are charts. If they came from a viable source, or if he did the proper research and didn't make these himself, if he got them from somewhere, I guess I should look into that. Because when it's this Bill King who I don't know, it seems like good work. When I see that it's Invest Answers, now I got to check myself a little bit. So I don't know. That's the whole thing. But I wanted to present you with some facts. I guess I'm going to call them facts for now. And what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments what you think. If Solana is on its way back, I've been a Sol guy. I made a video about it. There's a couple videos back. You can look for it. I love it if you check it out. I even made a post before this, right after this FTX thing came out in early November, that showed that I think Solana will actually bounce back. I still do at this point. I think they have way too much tied in to let it go all the way down to zero. And I think it'll be a long, tenuous fight, but I think they'll be back on top, and perhaps very, very much on top. So let me know what you think. I'd love to hear it. Leave that in the comments as well. Beefs with what I said, agreement with what I said, it's all good. Put it in there. And that's it. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I hope you make some money out there.